Hull at home. Could we have your team news, please?
Well, from Saturday against Cardiff, I believe we will lose Sanya, who has a slight hamstring problem, and he should be out for tomorrow's game.
And how will you cover that? Carl Jenkinson likely to come in, is that fair to say?
Jenkinson is likely to come back, yes.
It's a shame to disrupt that defence because it's been one of your strengths, particularly in the last month or so.
Yes, but we'll repeat, we have so many games that in some positions I will have to change. Full-back position is one of them that is very demanding. Of course, central defence is less physical, running's less, so it's a little bit less demanding on the physical side. It's more on the concentration side. But you expect when you play so many games of that intensity to lose one or two players during these games, yes.
And are we into this part of the season where rotation is important everywhere on the pitch, because you've got 2 games a week now, and could you give us your overall thoughts on how you will rotate?
I rotate considering the level of fatigue. We have some indications, my eyes, some objective data, and as well, of course, some positions who are more demanding on the physical front than others.
And just lastly, you played a newly promoted side at the weekend and won. You've got another one coming up at Emirates Stadium. How do you assess Hull so far in this campaign?
They've done very well. They look to play in a very positive way. They have nothing to lose when they come to us, and they've just beaten Liverpool in a very convincing way. So we are lucky at the moment. We get good warnings. You know, we had a good warning before we went to Cardiff, and you have another good warning from Hull's performance against Liverpool.
Arsene, I understand there's some encouraging news regarding Lucas Podolski.
Yes, Lucas Podolski should be back in normal training after the Hull game.
And how long then before he can feature?
Well, then he will be available. What he lacks now is competition. But you would say it will take at least a week with the normal training to consider him fit for the squad.
The bookies now say that the title is a 3-horse race, Manchester City, Chelsea and yourselves. Would you agree with that? And do you think the league as it is now is beginning to take shape?
Look, the bookies have an opinion that you can understand because they just look at the table. And I wouldn't rule some other teams out like Man United. And it's a bit early to make any prediction on the championship. What is more at stake for us is the consistency, to keep the consistency that we have shown until now, and to transfer that in the games that are coming up, because it's a very difficult month we have in front of us. And if we can maintain the quality in our game and our concentration and our solidarity level, we have a good chance.
Last season, when there were critics of Aaron Ramsey, you gave him a big new contract. Do you feel vindicated?
I just felt it was the right decision today, and but at the time as well, I had no doubt. And I always felt that he had a good attitude, good basic qualities, and he will come out of that bad patch in a strong way. Don't take me wrong as well, I did not predict that he will score as many goals as that. But I was always confident that he would make a good career.
How good can he be?
I don't know. How good can he be? What do you mean how good? When you're a midfielder, you want to defend well, you want to attack well, and you want to give assists and score goals. That's how good you can be. At the moment, he does all these 4 things very well, and he can still improve.
Alvaro Morata, you're being linked with a loan move for him. In fact, it seems like it might have been a deal that's done. Is there any truth in that?
No.
Now or ever?
No, there's no truth in that, you know. That's all I can say. I have not been in touch with them.
Can I ask you about Hull City a little bit off the pitch? You spoke last week about the owner at Cardiff changing the colour of the shirts. There's a similar row between the fans and the owner at Hull about the name of the club. Could you give us your thoughts on owners who change a tradition at a club, and could it happen here?
I don't see why it should happen, and I don't know exactly what is behind that thinking at all. I don't understand it. Usually there is a tradition that is linked with the name of a club that people want to keep, and overall I think the difficulty in the modern way of thinking is respect of tradition and forward thinking. You have to combine both, you know, but the name usually is part of a tradition.
Trying to do something like that here, how do you think the fans would react?
I don't think they would react very well, because but I don't know why they want to change and what is the thinking behind it.
Arsene, do you regard this match as a bit like the lull before the storm? Because after this game you've got Everton, you've got Napoli, you've got Chelsea, you've got Manchester United.
No, we got Napoli, Manchester City.
Sorry. But is it still the lull before the storm?
No, it's just the next game. And what we know, if we want to be successful, and for us what is important is to be at our best in the next game. And the next game being Hull City, I don't see beyond that at the moment. We know that all these other games you mentioned there have no meaning if we fail tomorrow. So what is important is to be successful tomorrow. Then we are in a good position to go into the next games.
Some of your players have got a lot of accolades this season, particularly the Ramses and Chesney, your goalkeeper, and Mertesacker has been put up there. Is there any player you feel that hasn't probably got the accolade that you feel that they deserve?
Well, they all. I don't feel like that, you know. I feel that all the players have done well at the moment. I don't see. Of course, Ramsey has done exceptionally well because his numbers are outstanding considering the place where he plays. But in every single position, I just felt our strength this season is that we really look like a team, you know, who plays together. And that what hits you when you see us play is that we are a team. And when you analyze only after that the players, and you see that every player is doing extremely well. So I would first praise personally the fact all the team.
And just one final point from me. Flares at Football Match, a Premier League Commission survey has revealed that there are increasing concerns about people taking flares to football matches and even getting 8-year-old children to go into matches as mules carrying them. Has that been a concern for you, do you feel?
No. I don't understand really what you mean by...
There's
Pyrotechnics.
Flares, yeah.
That's dangerous, yes.
Have you been concerned about that? Because this Premier League Commission
not so much in England, I must say, but abroad, yes.
Yeah. What strengths do Hull have that you think could cause you trouble?
No fear. They play. They are very strong in a challenge. They are very dynamic going forward. They are very good in a transition from defence to attack, and on set pieces they look strong as well.
Okay, last couple now, James.
Alexander Pato, Arsene, there's a suggestion that Alexander Pato is a player that you've made a bid for.
No.
Is there any interest there at all?
No.
You said that you're going to rotate a couple against Hull tomorrow. Could you tell us if Thomas...
In every single game I do, you know, but I try to limit the number because I do not want to disrupt the balance of the team, so I do that in every single game.
Could you tell us whether Thomas and Arnold will be involved?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Has it been particularly tough to leave him out?
Yes, because of his quality, because of his attitude, and because of his influence at the club, of course. But it's a difficult decision because he's a top-class player.
How has he handled it, do you think?
He certainly suffers, but he handles it with great dignity and great professionalism.
Is there any concern on your side with January coming up that he might look to move?
No, because if he would want to do that, he will come and see me, what he has not done.
Okay, Julian. Last one over here. You always said Alvaro Morata is someone you're not interested in. He's played in the Champions League this season. Looking ahead to January, would you be willing to buy a player who couldn't play in the Champions League, assuming things go well in Naples, and have somebody who would just be available for the Premier League and FA Cup?
I'm not concerned about that. You know, we have at the moment Yaya Sanogo, who is a striker that we brought in during the summer, who is for me coming back from injury in January. So hopefully he will help us in the second part of the season.